Hello there and welcome to How Do I Homeschool? My name is Rebecca Devitt and today we're going to be talking about Christian homeschooling, curriculum, methods, those sorts of things. Now if you haven't already signed up for this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be releasing more things about Christian homeschooling in the future, which I think you'll find really interesting. Many Christian parents want to pass on their faith by showing that faith to their children in a practical way and also through what they learn. And a great way many of them reason to do this is through Christian homeschooling. When they're with them constantly, they can pass on their values and their beliefs, and they can get a curriculum that also mirrors their values and beliefs so that their children are more likely to come to believe what they believe. In the end, whether your child believes or not, that is absolutely a matter of grace. But then God has also told us, He said, you need to be telling your children my word and you need to tell them about me. And so again, that's why we say Christian homeschooling is a great method through which we can do that. When children are in school, often they are hindered by a curriculum, perhaps that doesn't value or even mention God's word or I guess His scriptures. So if you went to a public school, there probably wouldn't be much about the Bible in there. Or even if you went to a Christian school, which is my story, I went to a Christian school, but I found the peers around me pushed me away from learning about God and certainly didn't talk about it or value it. And so Christian homeschooling is a way to make a child, I guess the people around them are their parents and their siblings, and they're learning about God together. And that's a great environment for Christ to show His love to others in. The center of Christian homeschooling is the Bible. The Bible should affect everything we do, our jobs, marriage, work life, everything. And so as a Christian homeschooling parent, your job is to familiarize your child with the Bible so that they get to know God on a personal level. A Christian curriculum will do this really well by injecting the Bible in everything. It's a perspective, it's a lens through which children view different subjects. Say, for instance, you would view science through the lens of the Bible, and you would view mathematics, those sorts of things. Everything is viewed through that. And what you will find is if you get a Christian curriculum like BJU or Memoria Press, is that the curriculum writers have written in those things, and so they come pre-packaged in the curriculum, which is really great. Proverbs 22 says, train up a child in the way he will go and he will not depart from it. And that is very much the maxim that we want to use as Christian homeschooling parents. So if you're thinking about Christian homeschooling, I really encourage you to sit down and pray for it. Everything you're feeling afraid about. You know, you might be thinking, will my children end up as social retards? Will they know that much? Will they be able to get into college? Pray about all these things, and God has an amazing way of resolving your fears. So just come to Him in that. You can also connect with other Christian homeschoolers you find around you. My parents did this. They had a myriad of questions when they started and all through their homeschooling journey. And I would really encourage any new homeschooling parent to get a Christian homeschool mentor. That is maybe a mum who's done it before and she's brought up her children successfully, homeschooling them. And that way you can ask her all of your questions. And then in the Christian context, you can also come to her for, you know, they can be prayer partners, those sorts of things. So I really encourage you to get a Christian homeschooling mentor as well. Another really good idea before you start homeschooling is to write down your mission statement for homeschooling your children. So why are you doing it? What has been the things in your life that have led you to this decision to homeschool? And write that down. And so sometimes when you're feeling lost, you might be able to look back on what you've written as a goal, as a direction. And come to think of goals, make sure you write down all the larger goals you have for your homeschooling education. What do you value? Are you a massive fan of music? And is that going to be a big goal for your homeschool? Or what about sport? Do you want to get your children into elite sport? Or is that maybe a goal that one of your children has set? You can incorporate that into your homeschool your larger goals. After you've done all those massive big picture idea things, doing a mission statement, looking at those goals, praying about it, the other things that you need to do are just the basics, starting how to homeschool. I've done another video on it, but I can run through things that you'll need to do. So first of all, you'll need to look at your state's homeschooling laws. There will be high, middle, low, and even no regulation states, so you'll have to see where you sit in them. For people who live in a high regulation state, it's often easier to get a curriculum that is all accredited, something like BJU, Memoria Press might even have it, and that way it's just easy. You can show them what you're doing. If it's really high regulation, that's frustrating. For those in maybe middle, low, or no regulation, the Christian curriculum is really a smorgasbord. You can almost choose anything you like and do that. I'm a big fan of Memoria Press, that's classical education. BJU is traditional education. My Father's World is a mix between classical and Charlotte Mason education. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, that's probably because you need to find out what your homeschooling method is. That is, what homeschooling method you think that your family would like the most. And if you don't know how to find that out, make sure you head to my website, and I've got a little homeschool quiz you can do, and it's a homeschool methods quiz, so it will help you find out which homeschooling method you would be more likely to choose. And the advantage of that is that there's just so many homeschooling curriculum out there, but this will help you really narrow down the ones that you think that would be helpful for you and the ones that you just don't think will match at all. So make sure you go to my website at the quiz tab and have a look at that. I'll also link in the description box below a link to an article on Christian homeschooling curriculum. Now, this article will give you a really quick recap on basically the best Christian homeschooling curriculum that I would use with my own family. So have a look through that and see the things that you might like. I've put there also the homeschooling methods that these curriculum use. So if you do the quiz and then you go and have a look at the homeschooling, that homeschooling article, then you can choose an article off there that you think would suit you best. The other thing that you will need to do is join a homeschooling group. This is really important for homeschool socialization, really important, and your kids will really enjoy that and get the, I guess they'll be able to interact with other people their own age, which they will love. Kids of their own age, they like interacting with everyone, I find, if they're homeschooled, but obviously we all love interacting with people about our own age because those people can relate to what we're going through. What happens when you run into a problem and you just don't know what to do? That's when you go down to your Christian homeschooling mentor and you put it past them, and I can almost guarantee you'll walk away feeling $1 million going, oh, that's actually a really easy fix. So make sure you get a mentor, make sure you do the quiz, have a look through the curriculum, but most of all, pray. Pray every step of the way if you're not sure what's happening. And this is quite a difficult route, maybe made a little bit easier with all this coronavirus thing. A lot of people are homeschooling, but you can do it. You can do it. A lot of people have gone before, and my parents loved homeschooling. They really loved about it. They raved it. And me as a homeschooled child, I loved it too. I went to school for 3 years and then I started homeschooling after that, and I loved it. So can I encourage you to do it? I think you're gonna love it. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. Is this something you're interested in? Maybe how far you are along this journey, but yeah, give everything to God and read the Bible a lot and make that the focus of your homeschooling. You're gonna do great. Thanks for listening. Bye.